Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of All About Aspen, a show that takes you inside one of the most exclusive places in the world, Aspen, Colorado, through the eyes of an everyday man, me, your host, landing like a plane. And I'm coming to you from a beautiful bluebird Sunday, February 23rd at 3:43 p.m. It's a little late in the afternoon on a lazy Sunday. And I got to tell you, things are going particularly well. I went out last night and had a really great time. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But before we get into it, I think I've started to figure out the rhythm of this show. I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do and how I'll separate this from my other show, Level Up Lando. And up until this episode, I've been really like bridging the two and just kind of combining them in an attempt to try to figure out where I've got to, which is what I'm about to share. And that's worked okay, but I've realized I need to do two separate shows. The Level Up Lando is more of like a video diary, and so it's a little bit more intimate and personal about my life. And so in that way, I was trying to figure out how to make All About Aspen a show that people would learn about what it's like to live in Aspen and what it's like to be here and be a local. And in that way, I was trying to provide like a window into the world. But at the same time, I don't really want to share a lot of like my personal like ideas or like political positions or anything like that. I just kind of want to have um, I don't know, like a window into Aspen through me. It's like I'm a regular guy, you know? So, in that way, let me show you what it's like to live in this really exclusive, beautiful part of the world. And how does somebody that's like a normal guy do that? So, that's kind of the idea of the show. And in that way, I think I figured it out. And I'm going to try and create the first official episode of All About Aspen right here, right now, today. So, welcome to the show. I'm coming to you from my bedroom, which I call Truscott Studios. And it's a gorgeous day here. Although I haven't been outside, I'm taking a day off. And I gotta say, it is nice to take a day off. It really is. I started my own company recently. It's called Aspen Drone Company. Shout out to Aspen Drone Company, the sponsor for the show. It's a media production company recently. It's called Aspen Drone Company. Shout out to Aspen Drone Company, the sponsor for the show. It's a media production company that specializes in aerial videography. So, for any of your aerial videography needs, consider Aspen Drone Company, Aspen's premier drone company. So, in that endeavor, it has been a challenge. It's starting your own company is never easy. And I have found some success since I have been here, or since I started the company. And that is a little shocking because I wasn't expecting to find success as quickly as I have. That said, I've got no money to show for it. I'm just got enough to keep not having to go back to work for somebody else. I'm able to pay my rent on a monthly basis, which is so exciting. I can't tell you how incredibly liberating it is to be able to work for yourself and not have to work for somebody else. That's just for me personally. It's made my whole life a dream come true. When before it was a dream come true, but there was a lot of time spent working, making other people's dreams come true. And now I spend every second of my day making my own dreams come true, which is very consuming. It takes up a lot of time and energy, and I never really feel like I get to take a day off. So today, right now, I'm taking a day off, which I'm actually now making this podcast. So I guess technically I'm back at work. So you just can't get away from it. But my point is that I haven't done anything today, even though it's a beautiful day. Normally, I would have gone snowboarding or cross country skiing. And so far, I've just been chilling, mostly because I had a great night out last night. So, before we jump into that, let me hit you with what we're doing with this show and like, what's the point of the show and what's the agenda here. So, I believe a lot of ridiculous things, and I am aware that I have these beliefs, and I'm aware that nobody else believes them. But I'm also aware that I don't need them to. It doesn't matter to me if other people believe the things I believe. They work for me. And so from that place, I try to share my truth, and I don't expect you to agree. And if you give me the time and attention, I expect you to make up your own mind after I say what I have to say. So from that place, know that I'm trying to share my truth, and that a big part of my truth is I have rose colored lenses when it comes to Aspen. Oh, I forgot my water. Let's go get it. Hold on one second. So, as we're going to continue on this journey together, and you're going to get to know me a little bit more through my crazy ideas and beliefs. So, which I believe in my core, the universe is unfolding perfectly and it's conspiring in your favor. And because I believe that, that then lets me trust that everything's working exactly how it's supposed to, and I don't have to worry if I'm where I'm supposed to be. You're always where you're supposed to be. That's another belief I have. So you're always where you're supposed to be. The universe is unfolding perfectly and it's conspiring on your behalf. And with that as my core, I am operate into a world where I am just filled with gratitude. And again, what you should know about me, and if you do decide to listen to the show and let me be the host for the time that we're together, you should know this. A big part of how I got this like state of gratitude, where I'm just perpetually grateful for the fact that I'm alive, is I spent many years traveling the world. I spent about a decade outside of the country. I taught English in South Korea. I traveled through Southeast Asia and India. I lived in Australia. I lived in New Zealand. I've surfed from clown. And even though I've kind of started to find myself changing my mind and changing my opinion on the idea that, you know, you don't have to you don't have to resist change. And I'll say that to some of my friends who really hate the way that the town's changing. And I'm like, why are you fighting the change so much? Like, things are going to change. It's just the nature of the reality. And one of my friends said, I'm not trying to stop it from changing. I'm trying to slow it down. And I thought that was a respectable position. I can relate to that, that you don't want the town to change. You like it the way that it is. And that if it is changing, it's changing away from the way that it is, and that's not good for you. So in that way, you want to slow it down. And I can appreciate that. I don't know that I fully agree. I personally still am the kind of person who doesn't mind it when it changes and believes that everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. And so from that,